Hi there, it's Matt here. Welcome to another sleep story, where I'll guide you towards better, more restful sleep. Before we start, I want to just mention a partner of tonight's sleep story, which is the company Puori. For over a decade now, I've been an avid consumer of protein shakes, as I'm a bit of a health fanatic. But the hard thing in the supplement space is trust. That is, finding someone, a brand I trust. That's when I came across the company Puori and its really impressive founder. Even though it makes them less profit, Puori takes quality more seriously than any company I've seen before. Why did I choose them? Easy. Because they are free from hormones, free from GMOs, free from any pesticides. And here is the confidence part. Every batch is third-party tested for over 200 harmful contaminants like heavy metals. And for folks of my podcast right now, you can save 20%. Go to puori.com/MattWalker and use code MattWalker at checkout. I really do think they are a superb company. Tonight, I'll take you on a journey, not one of grand adventures or faraway places, but of small moments in the lives of two souls a little adrift. This is the story of Charlie, a conductor on the late-night train to Evergreen. Charlie's shift always begins the same way. Just after sunset, he steps onto the platform of the old station, tipping his hat to the station master before climbing aboard the train. The Evergreen line isn't flashy or fast. It doesn't roar or rush. It's a steady, dependable sort of train. The kind that hums gently as it glides along the tracks, carrying its passengers toward quieter places. The train is never crowded, especially at this hour. Charlie walks the length of the carriages, nodding to the regulars. There's Mr. Harlow, who always reads the same dog-eared mystery novel, and Miss Carraway, knitting something colourful that seems to grow longer each week. Charlie likes the rhythm of it all, the soft murmurs, the occasional clink of a teacup, the way the train rocks gently as it moves. Tonight, though, there's someone new. Near the back of the third carriage, a woman sits by the window, her coat folded neatly over her lap. She looks out at the passing trees, her expression thoughtful, as if she's trying to remember something just out of reach. Charlie pauses. "First time on the Evergreen?" he asks, his voice low, so as not to disturb the quiet. She looks up, startled at first, and smiles. "Yes, I suppose it is." He nods. "Well, you picked a good night for it." The woman chuckles softly. "Do you ever have bad nights?" Charlie shrugs. "Not on this train." And that's the thing about the Evergreen line. It doesn't matter where it's going, or even where you've come from. Something about the gentle sway of the train, the soft glow of the overhead lights, has a way of putting people at ease. It's not about the destination, Charlie always says. It's about the ride. The woman's name is Helen, and as the train moves steadily toward the hills, she tells Charlie bits and pieces of her story. She's not running away from anything, not exactly, but she's not sure where she's headed either. She just needed to get away for a while, to breathe and think. That's what this train's for, Charlie says. He leaves her to her thoughts, walking back toward the front of the train. Outside, the scenery changes, towns giving way to forests. City lights replaced by the soft glow of fireflies. The train crosses a narrow bridge, and the sound of the river below is just audible through the windows. Helen leans her head against the glass. Watching the world blur softly past. She feels the tension in her chest begin to ease, the tight knot of thoughts loosening. Unraveling with each passing mile. As the train glides deeper into the quiet countryside, the glow of lanterns inside the carriages becomes softer, casting warm halos of light on the walls. Helen notices the details she had overlooked before. The faint scratches on the wooden armrests, the neatly folded blanket on the seat across from her. And the way the glass of the window feels cool under her fingertips. A faint murmur of conversation drifts through the train as other passengers settle into their own quiet worlds. A couple sits near the front, speaking in hushed tones as they share a flask of tea. A man in a dark coat writes something in a small notebook, pausing occasionally to look out the window as if drawing inspiration from the darkness beyond. Charlie checks in on them as he makes his way back. He knows this train is more than just a mode of transportation. It's a place for people to let their thoughts wander. To find a kind of stillness they can't seem to reach elsewhere. Each passenger carries a story, though most leave them unspoken. And that's fine by Charlie. He doesn't need to know the details to understand that this train has become a kind of refuge. When the train finally reaches Evergreen, it's nearly midnight. The small station glows warmly under the light of a single lantern. And the air smells faintly of pine. Helen steps off the train, her coat draped over one arm. She hesitates on the platform, glancing back at Charlie. "Thank you," she says simply. He tips his hat, his voice calm and steady. "Safe travels, Helen." The train pulls away slowly, its soft hum fading into the quiet of the night. Helen stands there for a moment longer, feeling lighter than she has in weeks. She doesn't know what comes next, but for now, that's okay. The station is quiet, except for the gentle rustle of leaves in the nearby trees. Helen takes a deep breath, savoring the crisp air. She walks slowly down the path, leading away home from the platform. Her footsteps muffled by the soft ground. The faint glow of the train's rear light lingers on the horizon. Charlie adjusts his cap and settles into his seat, ready for the next journey on the Evergreen Express. Good night and sleep well.